were there at the right time.
I think I actually find it really difficult. I'd love to do a few coughs and spits. In fact, that brings me to
what did you do?
Do you know like the mighty fall? So I actually have been out of business for a long time. I haven't been in the country. I've kind of been out of it for like 2 decades. Apart from you dragged me into dragged me into playing mob hand. But apart from that, I've done no work. I haven't been around. So I suddenly thought, well, bra again. I suddenly thought, well, you know, if I get a cough and a spit is like a line or two. If I get a cough and a spit and a couple of things, like, you know, doctors, they reel out the older people, don't you know, these things, they reel out the older. So I went to see my old agent, right?
One of my old agents. I love an agent story.
And this happened this year, and it's quite tragic, actually. So I don't go to hairdressers anymore because they're too expensive, and I can't sit in hairdressers 3-4 hours, but I did go to it. I hate them. People that go to hairdressers and nail salons for a good time is like my idea. I'd rather be slapped around the face 1,000 times with wet fish. But I did go to a hair salon for the reason that I spoke to my old agent, right? And
who's your old agent?
Kerry. Well, it used to be Kerry Gardner, but it's now Gardner Heritage. But it's basically run by Andy.
I'm sure that must have been someone who's turned me down. Because everyone has.
I arranged to go and see him, but you'd think that I could still, you know, get a line or two in the odd thing.
Yeah, just a line, I mean.
Gone to the hairdressers, right, stressful. Because, this is true story, right? This is what my life's always like. I go in this hairdresser because my friend Kirsten, who hates hairdressers, I found a very good one in Sheen. Right. She said, he's good, no. And I said, well, your hair does look nice. She said, no, I recommend him. So I thought I'd go. So I had to do this big trip.
Which you didn't want to go to.
No, well, I'm not at the hairdresser. I've made the appointment with this hairdresser. Right. Very important day to see my ex-agent after 2 decades trying. Yeah. And I've walked, the salon wasn't properly open. And by the time I got this Italian guy, and I thought everything was in disarray. And I thought, this guy's been up all night. He's been up all night and he's been naughty and he's suffering and I'm going to get my hair done by him, right? And I knew it wasn't a good idea. He'd been on a bender, he'd been on an all-nighter. So I'm like, what am I going to do? Like, it's a really important day to see. So I had to walk into this other hairdresser in Sheen and got a very proper guy that was a senior colourist. You know, I buy dyes for £5 to put on my hair. It was like 200. He said, well, I could walk in 200. I was like, yeah, okay, no problem. Yeah. So I've taken, because I've taken an outfit, right? I've got in hangers to put on after my hair is done.
Yeah.
And
so you're going straight from the hairdressers to your agent?
Yeah, because I don't have time to do it. So I've had to take the wardrobe, and I've got to put that on somewhere and everything. And so I finally get there. It was work. It was big work, to make sure I got there. And so we were going to go off and have coffee, right? Which I thought fantastic. He was going to come down, we're going to have coffee. I thought that'd be lovely. Have coffee in a nice hotel or something. You know, I mean, obviously I'll get coffee. Or afternoon tea, I'll get that. And you know, so going downstairs, and I could just tell immediately that he was probably in the office and he's gone to whoever is in the office with him. Oh, for fuck's sake, I've said I'm seeing that old bird that used to be with us a couple of decades ago, Susie, and this is what I can imagine.
Oh, right, I thought you heard him say that.
Yeah, right. I'm like, oh, God, right. I'm going to go. So he comes down, so I was like, well, it's got to get through this thing, yeah?
Right.
And so we go, so I've dressed in something very theatrical and
you've had your hair done,
£250. And so we have it's raining. So it said, oh, this is okay. It's like some I said, but it's raining. These tables outside this, deli, right? So then now I've got a huge thing. If I drink a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, I want it out of China. It's not because it's plastic. I just want it out of China. So then we go to one of those coffee places where you can't get anything but the polystyrene, whatever it is.
Mick would never have done that, would he?
No, so this is not living up to my. It's not living up to my idea of being taken on by this agent. Anyway, so that was that, right? Then he told me, I must have thought. He said to me, he said, in general, he said,
Yes.
I find, he said, that actresses are very unhappy. And I went. I said, I used to be quite happy. He was obviously trying desperately to put me off because he wasn't in a million years going to take me back on, right? So he paid the actresses a very unhappy card, right? Do you see? He played that card. So I was meant to go to be grateful, like, oh my God, I thought I wanted to do a bit of acting again. Oh, I've got off lightly. Thanks for sharing that with me.
Always using psychological techniques.
Thanks for sharing.
Clever.
So basically, not everything. Be very careful. Anyone of the 4 people that might be watching this now, everything goes round.
We've got that one. Hang on. How did the meeting
I'm
end?
tying it up. So then he basically has tried to play a very unhappy people actresses, and then he went to me because he knew I loved travelling. He came out about my travel. That was always been a huge thing, and he knew that from the past. So it then came out that he said, he went, a lot of actresses, he said, they don't want to travel. It was really like, go.
He's trying everything.
Yeah. He said, I said, really? They don't want to travel. He said, they're frightened they missed something. Then he said,
whatever, Dale.
Listen, he did try everything. He said, then their relationships can break up because their partner gets fed up. So
he got one.
So exactly. So he played the actresses. Happy.
Well, you were because your tea wasn't in China.
It was. The unhappy actresses, you won't be able to travel, and your partner will leave you. So anyway, after that, it was then pouring by rain. At this time, I got on this, flouncy number, and I walked down Goose Street, right, and I rang my friend Bob. I thought, well, it doesn't matter if I'm crying because, I know, and sort of the hair that had been blow fucking dried for 2.5 hours.
I can't bear this.
So I went, Bob,
I'm unhappy.
So anyway, that was my foray of trying to thinking I'd do a cough and a spit in the
Oh God!
So,
do you know what? I think he did you.
So anyway, this is when you. So it's lovely of you to G me up with the importance of my being. I'm huge. I do all this stuff. The fact is in 2023, I'm walking down the road with bedraggled hair because I can't even get an agent to take me for 1 or 2 licenses.
But can I just say?
Can
I just say that actually this is a very common story. So for those people that think, actors, it's all very glamorous and it's all very this, very that, what you have to put up with on the way is, you have to have a strength of character because the people you meet, and these sort of stories are quite common, they're very common. Well, one day I'll tell you my stories. My stories are pretty shocking, but there we go. Anyway,
let's move on. She's gone.
Let's move on. It's getting dark outside.
But I have to say, I'm being honest.
But
listen, I was shocked because I've been away from the business for 20 years, and because at one time I literally could walk in at any agent in London.
See, I never could.
And what happened? I'm walking down the street with a bedraggled, flouncy outfit on and my hair completely screwed up.
Bastards. Anyway, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you.
Yeah, exactly.